Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we took part in the, whatever they called it, some ceremony in Gridania. We became their envoy, personal envoy, the Elder Seedseer, and we got set out to deliver a missive to the heads of the other city-states. We did that, and after which we got sent off on some errands. We unlocked our first dungeon, Sastasha, so we gotta do that now. Off screen, I did a lot of quests. I did all of the quests that were available around Limsa, the Limsa areas, and Ul'dah. I got quite a few levels in, and I did some stuff. First off, why am I doing this instead of White Knight Chronicles? Well, since part 3 is currently rendering around my other PC, which is working great, by the way, because I can actually do this on my laptop. That's gonna come out tonight. It is Tuesday evening, early Tuesday evening, 7:30. That's coming out tonight. The last part of Final Fantasy XIV, which YouTube, you've already seen it, but that part's supposed to come out tomorrow at 10, so that would be the fourth part. I'm trying to keep both playthroughs relatively around the same number of parts. I'm trying to do them both simultaneously, not having one get too far ahead of the other. So since Part 3 of 14 is already out, and 3 for White Knight Chronicles is going to be coming out tonight. It would make sense that this would be the next game to be played. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, but anyway, what did I do off screen? Well, I did a lot. I got a lot of things. I got a lot of stuff done. I filled out my whole teleport list, which was not only that, but I also unlocked a couple things, glamour specifically. So this is my temporary glamour right now. It's the only thing that's permanent is the boots, and you really can't see it, but it's the oops. Where is it? My inventory is so bad right now. I really need retainers. Where is it? It's this, the Cornell. This is what's up. You just can't see it because of the sleeves and the jacket. So yeah, it's my temporary glamour. We got a dungeon to do, so let's get queued up. Instant queues for a healer. It's great. Love it. This is why I opted for a healer. I also upgraded some gear too. I did some hunting logs. Yeah, that was it's kind of annoying going through all those quests. It took me so long. You have no idea. Our first dungeon. Our first look at the dungeons. Now, Reborn's dungeons aren't very exciting. They're great to look at, but quality-wise, they're not great. They do get a lot better in Heavensward Beyond. It's a pack of newbies except for the machinist. Well, in theory anyway. This is what's This is what makes the targeting thing I have on my macros great, because I can target the tank. I mentioned this before. Way I have it set up is I can target the tank and be able to DPS as well as heal without having to take my target off the tank. Oh yeah, I got some foods too. Might as well use them. Get some more XP going for us. Alright, so far so good. You'll notice that later on, as tanks get more skills available to them, tanks will literally rush through the dungeon. They'll do like large pulls. My audio's not cooperating with me. My audio's like breaking for whatever reason. Let me minimize OBS. Maybe that'll help with the audio. Stuff dies so fast in here. I mean, especially in the earlier dungeons too. Especially if everybody's have the best gear they can possibly get for this, best item level possible. Because once you get over a certain level, like how I am, and get over a certain item level, you're going to get level synced down to the highest possible for the dungeon. Some dungeons can go pretty fast depending on how everyone's geared up, but some dungeons can be pretty slow. See, like, all right, pick a coral. Oh, that didn't work. Alright, coral number 2. Still wrong. Okay, so it's green. Green means go. Oh shit, been not paying attention. Too much DPSing. Loot rules. I don't care for any of this. My level's over this loot anyway. Pass and pass. Pretty much how it goes is you got need, greed, and pass. Need is only for gear that falls under your class. So like conjurer, white mage, whatever. Or white mage, black mage, tanks. Greed is for pretty much a free-for-all. Whoever has the highest roll gets the gear. And obviously, you know, pass is obvious. You pass on it. And away he goes. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to these early level dungeons. I mean, they're not exciting in any way whatsoever. Honestly, for at least for Reborn, the dungeons don't get better until like late Heavensward, or not Heavensward, late Reborn. And they don't actually improve overall until Heavensward. That's when dungeons become more interesting. Alright. Normally I have my tablet up with the stream watching so I can make sure, keep an eye on the chat, but I forgot to grab it. I can grab it after this dungeon. Dungeons are a decent way to level up. That's how I leveled up from Heavensward Beyond. Especially if you have rested XP. Every time you log out, you want to make sure you're logged out in a sanctuary so you can build up rested XP. Get your bonus XP going. At least with rested XP, or with enough of it, in Heavensward dungeons, for instance, it takes 6 runs to level up twice. You might think that's long, but especially now these days, it's not that long. It's actually decently fast. Plus, it's great XP still. Alright, they're running off. Cowards. It gets sometimes when tanks pull like big pulls, especially earlier on when you don't have a whole lot of mitigation or healing spells. It's good to just focus on healing. That way you don't get tunnel vision like I did with the coral. Of course, when the numbers start going down, that's when you can start putting some damage in. Of course, this also helps that the tank actually popped his cooldowns. Because the tanks have cooldowns to reduce damage for a couple seconds. About like 15 or 20 seconds. It'd be nice if they actually did that, but... it's annoying. You sell your spawning ground, Sword Walker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, alright. Fiendish fools, Lord of Worlds shall sup upon your souls. Alright. I don't think so. Now, if you put enough DPS in, if the party's DPS is decent, normally you're supposed to stand on the where it says unnatural ripples, because that's what ads will come in. Normally, if the DPS of the party is fine, you can just blow right through it, which it seems fine. A lot of these bosses early on are pretty much tank and spank. See what I say? Tank and spank. This is pretty much the same, pretty much for all duties, this little duty complete thing. Sometimes you might get the occasional duty or trial that might something after it. I'm gonna try showing off all of them. And you also got the combination stuff. I don't need any of this. I got commendations. Pretty much, commendations are for if you want, or for achievements, and if you want to become a mentor in the game. I believe you needed 1,500 commendations. And I think it's like 300 dungeon runs. I could be mistaken about that. Will I hit mentor with this character? I honestly probably not. That 1,500 accommodations takes a while to get. Dungeon runs are not so bad. Well, not dungeon run. It also. It's not just dungeon runs, it's also trials, raids. It's just 300 instance runs, I believe. Alright, let me get my laptop, my tablet over here, so I can actually see what's going on with my video. I don't know why I didn't set this up before. I just completely forgot. Let me get Twitch up and loaded. Alright, there we go. Alright, we need to go to the Drowning Wench. Let's see what's... Oh. My TV shut off? I think my TV shut off. Why me? Alright. Good. I turned that TV on to turn this one off. Great. It's going. Wow. It's, yeah, the rendering. It's going, but, it's getting quite long. Which is understandable, because, it was at 30 minutes of rendering, now it's sitting at 2 hours, which I kind of get. It's a lower spec computer than my laptop is, which I expected. Oh no. Gotta take the picture off. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was mine. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. What's going on? Ah, might you be the adventurer who accept the job of investigating Sastasha? I am, in fact. Well, it would seem that ship was not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. You're right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism, as well as earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride in battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms as armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, milady. I wish you luck in your endeavors and whatever your goal may be. Back then, are ya? Well, with all your limbs and a tail, I'll wager. Yeah, so this is the thing. Fishbacks. And there was thinking you'd only have to crack Pirate Skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, it sounds like you've left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief there was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Anyway, all is well that ends well. On behalf of Limside, thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't speak for no more than that. Now, I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It also happens that I had a request from our sister guild on Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of an adventurer who can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way that you dealt with your fishback infestation, I doubt if it's anything you can handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Sure. Party Finder is unlocked. Great. Sir, I'm ready to go. Ready for you to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania, and that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd be to pose any trouble for adventurers to survive the bedlam of Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you might have words with Mother Mione, meet counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Alright, couple things I should mention with that I got knocked off screen, or off video. The challenge log from this lady. Good way to get XP. I've already completed the fates. Okay, good amount of XP from him. So can't complain. I can't really do duty roulettes because I have no roulettes because yeah, I only have one dungeon. Can't really roulette with one dungeon. All right. So yeah, I gotta go to Gridania. Also, I gotta go to the Conjurer's Guild. But I think I'll wait till I get to level 30 so I can do 2 quests at once. So I don't make 2 separate trips. Because we're getting to level 30. Because when we get to level 30, we'll be jump. Oh, what's this? We'll be able to jump to White Mage. Now, broadening horizon. I don't know what that is. I'll do it off video. Got new stuff too. Oh, it's just that, huh? All right. All right, Mione, I'm back. What you need from me? Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come take you your... Oh, it's you, Cessa. It's just so good to see you again. What's that here? A Badger's suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. I'm all set to go. Lay it on me. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for Oh, this is a different person. Beg pardons for interrupting me on it, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good morrow to you, Bow Lord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Well, if it isn't a very own woman for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Cessla. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gilmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would dispatch my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal were constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every element of our defenses in search for a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust this task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter? Sure. You have my gratitude. Once you see to your preparations, make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance, and he will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Alright. We're off to another dungeon! Ugh. We're off to work! Already? It's not even that late. Alright, so we need to go to Quarry Mill. Alright, Deepcroft is over there. I'm in the wrong area, aren't I? Oh no, I'm in the wrong area. I'm thinking about another dungeon. I'm a pro at this game. It's never happened. Alright. Need to go over there. I'm still in the wrong area. No, I'm not. Never mind. I know what I'm doing. Might be hard to believe, but I know what I'm doing. Yeah, look at you flying in that damn falcon. I wish I could fly. You can't fly in, at least in Reborn, until you've beaten the base game, base story, which we're still quite a ways away from that. So unfortunately, flying is out of my reach for the time being. There's another quest that sprung up over there. Alright. You're a Cecil Rye, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the bow lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the deep crypt and purge it of the lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the 6th astral era. Their cultists took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served to only stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the deep crypt, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Aorzia at large, put an end to their madness. Ugh. It's a big task. Alright. New dungeon! Oh, joy. Do I get that insta-Q again? Yeah, insta-Q. Love it. Ooh. Ooh, this place looks lovely. Alright, we're all a bunch of newbies here. Looks at this guy. This guy looks like he knows what he's doing. The only issue with the way I have my macro setup is the tank doesn't target anything. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to hit anything. You gonna target him, guy? Alright. That's the wrong way. Unless you hope to grow wings, you're not gonna make that jump. You're targeting the teammate. Friendly fire. That's right. Oh, yeah, I guess you have to map out the dungeons. I forgot about that. Did I even map out all of freaking? I don't think did. I even map out all of Sastasha? That's fine. What's good about this is if you don't map out a dungeon, you can always come back later unsynced at a higher level. That way you can just blow through it and just the map. That way you don't have to rely on a party to go to every nook and cranny of a dungeon. Because in Heavensward Beyond, it's pretty much all straight paths, but there's a lot of dungeons in Reborn that have these separate rooms that people don't really go into unless they're like completely new to the dungeon. Like over here, for instance. My audio's breaking, for whatever reason. When it comes to dungeons especially, I keep forgetting about using the arrow and dia spells. I always focus on healing, and I always tunnel vision the dot, the damage over time spell. Oops. Making sure my rendering is going, I accidentally paused it. So I was wondering why I was stuck at an hour and 33 minutes. And I realized, oh wait, I paused it when I touched the keyboard to make sure that the screen didn't shut off. Oops. Healing gets a lot more fun once you've unlocked the healing gauge and get the new healing spells that unlock in Heavensward and beyond. Your white mage gets a lot of healing spells, a lot of instant healing spells. I don't need any of this, but thanks. I was wondering why this guy's HP is dropping pretty fast. And his gear is not that great. He still has level 10 armor. Weapon's not that great either. But then again, I guess he is. No, he's level synced. He's level synced, so he should be able to get new armor. But then again, he doesn't have the. He doesn't have the kind of person I have, because I can craft my own shit, and I can actually get my own shit. I guess I can't really blame him. Let me see. We got going for you, guy. Yeah. I mean, he can kind of craft, but kind of not. I'll tell you what, back in, I think it was up until Stormblood, healers had a skill called Cleric Stance. Back then, healers. Okay. Back then, healers were kind of on their damage relied on. I think it's mind. No, their damage relied on something. I don't remember what it was. So, if you wanted to deal damage, you had to use Cleric Stance to go to a DPS stance to deal damage, on the offset of not healing as well. God damn it, who's calling? Alright. Interruption. Phone call. I don't like interruptions. I don't like people interrupting me. Alright. Making our way through this dungeon. We're almost done. But anyway, as I was saying before, yeah, if you wanted to deal damage as a white mage or any healer in general, you have to use Cleric Stance to go do a DPS stance. Which made it annoying because you kind of had to stance dance between healing and DPSing, which messed me up quite a bit. It got to the point where I refused to DPS. We refused to use Cleric Stance. Not only that, but I also refused the DPS because I just mainly healed because I couldn't focus on both of them at the same time. This was before I found out the little the targeting thing for tanks, for healers, and they got rid of cleric stance in Stormblood. Well, they didn't get rid of it. They readjusted White Mage, so their attack comes from mind now, just same as healing. Now, I think Shadowbringers, they got rid of it entirely. Because it's not here anymore. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, that's pretty much how cleric stance worked back then. Tanks had their own DPS and tanking stances too. Bard used to be, well, Bard and Machinist used to be caster, were changed to casters in Heavensward, but that got changed back after Stormblood. I think they got rid of, yeah, they got rid of the DPS stances for tanks and Shadowbringers. So now, and they also simplified tanks in general. So tanks are pretty much a no-brainer to play now. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crowed vessel? Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. All right. I'm not used to this dungeon taking this long. Usually this dungeon's like over in 5 minutes. I got the magic stick! Oh, I didn't realize I was that close to level, honestly. Alright. I don't need any of this, but thanks. Pretty much when I do recommendations, when I'm a healer, tanks get it. When I'm a tank, healers get it. When I'm a DPS, the other DPS gets it. When there's more than one healer and I'm a healer, same thing for tank, it's free for all. I can be level 30. I can go to White Mage. Say goodbye to Conjurer. I'll finish up this work. Yeah, I'll finish up this quest real quick. And I will head out to do some Conjurer stuff. Alright, lady. The task is complete. Welcome back, Cecil. I'm reliably informed that that your foray into the deep crop was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call such upon this capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated. That's what it was. With petitions, and we are hard pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. But while this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, and also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Uh-oh. Avera's gone. It's all your fault. If I hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have been more than light in his burden. Bah, to hell's this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving. It'll be too soon if I have never seen your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though as this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way, by way of some parting advice, get rid of Averi's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Ew. Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm sorry, Barry. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times that half as many. Now I see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I wouldn't trust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Old Dodge. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer. You're nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I'll be glad to share the details with you. So, those guys we saw, the Lalafell and the human girl specifically, I don't know about the elf. They actually have a role in a level 50 dungeon, and you'll see whenever we get to that point. And I think the human girl also has a role in an instant called the Palace of the Dead. Palace of the Dead is basically its own separate leveling instance, but it's a great way to get other jobs, other alts leveled up to at least level 70. No, level 60. Palace of the Dead was great XP. It's tedious as all hell. I hate the living hell out of it, literally. But it's a great way to get level up. Brother, okay, guy. Welcome, Cecil. The tales of your deeds have reached me, even here in the close. I didn't even block the picture. Woo! You saw nothing. Welcome, Cecil. The tale. Oh. I'm glad I am that you come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, I will not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus, I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Burskaran's Drothers and speak with Wolfie. She was a conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie and will be able to tell you more about how the young lady fares. Alright. Remember who that is? Oh, that's in okay. That's over. It's over here. New quest? Well, that popped up. Alright, rendering's going well. About an hour and 11 minutes left for that render. Honestly, I was kind of hoping the render would be done by the time I'd finish this part, but I don't think that's gonna fly. Oh, look who's here. We meet again, Cecil. I assume Brother Isumi warned you of the corruption of my companions, and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of this extensive blight is found to the north-southeast. I know my directions. The shrill, discordant voice of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered Trent. I suggest you give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering around this part of the Twelveswood. It seems that her mother, a woman who healed the country but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylphie herself had her head buried in some manner of tomb, but if she is as sensitive to the elementals' murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Alright, lady, what are you doing? Cecila? I should have known that Wolfie would tattle on me. And Brother Isumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know? Right up until she passed on. Folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There was an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I wanted to do what she would have done, well, what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjuring altogether. Nah, I've never heard of the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wolfie and the others were overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Hello? I don't think that's quite how it works, but what do I know? It's probably fast if I just teleport back over there. Alright, let's go find ourselves a wooded trent. I see it. Can't miss it. Look who's in my way too. This stupid thing. Oh, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. I'm gonna get level sync down. Oh, I gotta take that off. That's pretty much for Party Finder. Nature's angry with us. We mustn't stunt use any more conjuring. We are only making nature more furious. Corruption is worse than I expected. Just leave it to me, I got it. What's that? You guys suck at healing. Easy. I keep forgetting to block the damn chat. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for Connors to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way he wielded it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Alright, well, mission success, I guess. Oh. I pressed it. Apparently I did not. Apparently I did not. Alright. Away we go. Oh, I'm level 32. I think I have a new weapon. Yes! Nice! Get rid of this. Discard. The ring, the XP ring is still good for one more level. It's for 30 and below. So once I hit 31, I'm gonna have to invest in a new ring. The Aetheryte earring, however, is good to level 70, so I can keep that equipped for quite some time. It scales to your level too, so that's nice. Welcome back, Cecilla. And you also, Sylphie. Brother Isumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Cecilla. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylphie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. full glad I am to hear that, for I must ask you one more question. Yes, Brother Asumi? When you first witnessed Cecilla cleanse the corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I am sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Of course, much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. My audio's like bugging out. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud, Cecilla. I assume from the reports I have received that it was of a different magnitude to those of which you had previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage brought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Cecilla, Sylphie, I may need of you before long. Until then, give yourselves to this over the study of our arts. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guides your path. I don't need any of this. I'll take this. Alright, guy. I'm ready to commit. Cecily, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. Of a malign agent. Malign. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread. I would have you assist me, Mr. Gate. Guildmaster, you must help me! You must let me help! You must help me. Sylphie? Hello? I am not... I guess I am pressing the screenshot button, am I? Since when I got back from the South Shroud, I spent all the time studying the sources of nature. I even sat through one of the heroes Nolanel's lectures. The Twelveswood was crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have to master a single offensive spell. Without the proper means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off to the forest alone. So, am I to stay here then? Not necessarily. Cecilla, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjugal to her. There is much that you might accomplish together. Sylphie, you do not approach any sources of corruption without Cecilla at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something telling me you should start inquiring on the South Shroud. Maybe there as soon as you can, Cecilla. And hurry, the corruption is spreading. I will do that. Off to the South Shroud. Alright, I need to go over there. It's funny being back in this area at this level, because back in like the pre-Heavensward days, when everybody did fake grinding to level up, this is how I pretty much did things. From like levels 1 through 20, I did levies in by Hawthorne Hut. 20 to 30 I did fates and dungeons around here. 30 to 45 in Corthus, and then 45 to 50 in North Thanalin. Back then, I used Party Finder so much, people pretty much expected me to be in the Party Finder. That was brilliant, Sisla, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the northeast. Let's go ahead and have a look. Alright. Where am I going? Naturally. Just trying to do it without your attention, buddy. I guess you are on the lookout for a reason. Alright, what do you hear, lady? You're doing very well, really well, Sisla. But I think there's another one. And well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's the east, I think. Yes, to the east. So much corruption. This is what you get for not taking care of your forests. Alright. Nice work. The earth here feels healed, and yet there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger. I think it might be what's causing all this. I know, brother, you said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, I can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here, somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Alright, we're just asking for trouble. Begging for trouble. Alright. The nature's embrace. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the forest to notice that, do you, Sisla? The corruption is definitely somewhere from around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, the sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less. Well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Do you see that? Just in that one spot. There. The air seems wrong. Ugh. Oh. It's a one-eyed freak. Oh boy. Defeat Aquaman. The creatures of Void Sin. I've heard brothers see me speak of them. Be careful, Setsa. You'll be paralyzed if you meet its gaze. I thought you didn't know any offensive spells. Drawing power from the corruption. We have to cleanse the disturbance first. Corruption attracts the worst kind of monsters. The power of nature is so incredible, I feel I can do anything. Dead. Void Scent is dead. Isn't it amazing, Cecilla? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always just warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry, Yuen doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have to thank you for that, Cecilla. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Izumi. And get a scolding too while we're at it. All right. Rendering is at 49 minutes. It's going faster now. Honestly, I thought it would take a lot faster than what it's been taking, but I can't complain. If the slower render time is the trade-off to be able to put more work into this on my laptop, then I'll take it. Especially since if I don't have to do a whole lot of editing. That's because how I'm probably gonna be doing it now. If there's a whole lot that needs to be edited out, like a whole lot of running back and forth, I will try to shorten it up. But if there isn't really much, then no. It's gonna be a straight export. Like this is probably gonna be a straight export to Twitch or YouTube. Welcome back, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders. Well, the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Cecil's fault. It's mine. It's all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am in no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gordana is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akamon had taken root in the calamity weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you hadn't defeated the creature. And if I'm not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during that battle. How did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Sessa, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you open your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. And but we must not forget your part in this, Cecil. It's clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the very last of my teachings. So thus it is a great pleasure to pass on another of our guild's magics, a more potent form of cure. The cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wherever so you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Never shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Nice! I got cure too. Conjurer is now done. This one time at level 30. Alright. Huh. Usually by now he would give you your quest. Maybe you have to get to a certain part in the story? Let me see. See what people have to say. Okay, that's what it is. So I had to get through the level 20, get through the level 20. Just to verify this. Well, I'll eventually get it. It's somewhere in the level 20 main story quests. Oh, it's right after you pick your grand. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I can't be a white mage until I get to pick my grand company, which we're still quite a bit of ways of doing that. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so I think I am going to wrap up this part. So, with that being said, I was kind of hoping this thing will be done rendering, but at least this will be a straight export anyway, so I'll be able to do another part right away. But I gotta eat first. So when we come back, I'm gonna poke around, see if there's any more quests that might have popped up, and do them. And then when we come back, we'll head off back to Mother Mayone and see what kind of help needs to be done over in Ul'dah. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part. Later.